Yo, it's your boy, Boom Bam. I'm back. It's going for the gusto, baby. I'm here, man, to do something quick for y'all, man. Just do something real quick for all y'all that know me, that been around me, that know us on this pod, man. We love football, but we also, of course, we play Madden. So the Madden 24 ratings have dropped for a couple positions, and I got it pulled up on my other screen, but I think it's the cornerbacks, running backs, pass rushers, and wide receivers. I'm pretty sure that's the four groups that dropped already. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all find like the other positions somewhere out there, but I believe they just ain't dropped yet. So they're gonna drop them periodically. But the four that did drop, you see what I'm saying? I just wanted to touch on the four that actually dropped, just so we can kind of run through that, talk about that, how I feel, if Madden did a good job. We all know sometimes Madden don't do a good job. Sometimes Madden don't know what they're doing with the superstars. Sometimes Madden do got some people that I believe should be up there and they showing them some respect. So I only got the four right now. I might have seen an inside defensive lineman one. I'm not sure, but y'all can always drop links to all of the websites and stuff in the comments. We'll definitely check it out, and then we can get on here and talk about it, to be honest, right? So how I'm gonna do this is you know what? I'm gonna probably just share the screen honestly, so y'all can kind of look at it with me. So that's how we gonna do this. So I got this thing pulled up right now, so y'all should be able to see the screen with me. So as y'all can see, this on ESPN, Madden 24. So I'm gonna hop right into it. So first thing they got is the cornerbacks. First things first that stick out, they don't got a person in the 99 club, which Jalen Ramsey was in the 99 club at one point in time on Madden, but he's not in the 99 club no more. So we gotta we got to go through this and talk about it. So the number one overall ranked corner, Jalen Ramsey, got a 97. I think Jalen Ramsey, a bit of him is still living off of the player who he once was. I'm not one of those people that's overreacting to the season he had, because I know people are like, "Oh man, look at how bad his season kind of was." I'm not really one of those people. I do think he should definitely be in the top 10. 97 might be a low high. I would have probably said like 93, 94, but I'm not even mad at it. Ramsey doing his thing. My boy Jair Alexander at number 2. I think he's exactly where he should be. Honestly, I think 95 is the perfect overall for him. Patrick Surtain has such a great season. Him and Sauce Gardner, I wouldn't even have been mad if Madden had put them as the top 2 corners. But one thing we know about Madden is Madden has respect for history. So Sauce being, only having one season, Patrick Surtain only playing 2 seasons, Madden is showing respect to Jair and Jalen because they've been doing it longer. But I think they are at good overalls. I think Sauce could have been 96. I think Patrick Surtain, I think Sauce and Surtain could have had the same one, about 96 apiece. But, I ain't mad at that at all. Marlon Humphrey played really good at the end of the season. So you can't be mad at that. 93, I'm not mad at it. That's cool where Humphrey is at. And he's tied with Sauce for the same overall. Then you got Big Play Slay. Darius Slay had one of his best seasons ever. Even though he's getting a little older, he played really great. He deserves his overall for playing as good as he did. Stephon Gilmore, I think Madden just giving him some respect. Stephon, he had the injuries. He's getting older, and now he plays for Dallas. You know how Madden does with that. America's team, as they say. So Stephon, I think, is getting a little more love. I would have put him at an 80-something, 91. I don't think he's going to be that, but we're going to kind of see how as the season goes on. Marshawn Lattimore and Tre'Davious White. I think they both should be a little higher, like 92. I see them both as around 92 overall players, but they're tied for 8th. So Madden is at least being consistent with those 2 players, because if you look at past Maddens, those 2 players seem to kind of always be around the same ballpark in rankings. And when people talk about them, they got them as the same caliber of player, right? And then you got Denzel Ward rounding out at 1088. I think that's a perfect player. I think that's a perfect overall for him. Denzel Ward, me personally, I like Denzel Ward. I think that's where he should be. And then dropped out of last year's launch. They moved JC Jackson down, who dealt with injuries. And I think AJ Terrell kind of wrongfully got moved out of there. But I'm not necessarily mad at it. So we're going to move on to the running backs. All right. So running backs. So they talk about Bijan and Jameer, all that. So now let's see who's number one. Nick Chubb at 97. I think Madden got it right. I think Nick Chubb should be the best back in Madden. If 97 is going to be the highest overall, I think he rightfully belongs there at 97. So I agree with that. Christian McCaffrey at 96 is fair only because I know most people say he should go down. If it was strictly off of running the ball, you would have to move him down to 90. But we know how great of a pass catcher he is out of the backfield, and Madden takes that into account. Madden says he can catch the ball at the backfield. He can be essential. Like he's going to have whatever the new superstar trait is, that he wins one-on-ones with linebackers. He's going to have that trait, whatever it is. So that's going to automatically bump his overall up as well as being a great runner. So I'm not mad at the 96. Josh Jacobs being at 95. I think Madden, he led the NFL in rushing. So I think at that point, Madden just said he has to be top 3 because he did that. So I think that's a good overall for him. Derrick Henry, I think Madden kind of didn't know where to go with Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry is still a beast, but Madden knows he's on a bit of a downward trajectory. So they had to just show King Henry some respect by still giving him top 4. So 94, I'm not mad at. Saquon. Oh man, so Saquon might be right where he need to be. I think Saquon has you make the same argument for Saquon that you make for Christian McCaffrey, right? Like you say, well, Saquon can also catch the ball out the backfield. He can also line up. They move him around. So Madden is going to take into account things like his route running, his catching, his break tackle is definitely going to be high. That's going to keep him high because we know Saquon, he's stocky down low. So, he breaks arm tackles. Like he's good in space, so I see that. Dalvin Cook is weird because I still think Dalvin Cook has like some life still in him as a running back. But I think the way the league is treating him, that kind of put Madden in a weird spot because Madden gave him a 91 overall, but he's in a weird spot because as y'all can see, it says free agent. So that's kind of weird for me because, Dalvin has always been like a top 5 running back in Madden for the most part. So for him to just not be there, I think Madden kind of didn't know where to go with it. So they kind of just did that. Jonathan Taylor and Austin Eckler. I think Austin Eckler, once again, as a pass catcher, raises him up. I don't know about 89. I would probably have him like 85, honestly. Then you add Jonathan Taylor, who I think Madden is just showing him respect. He had the injuries. He was no longer the player he was the year before. Obviously, but in the same breath, you got to then also say, I feel like this season is going to be a bounce back season for him. So having him at 89, he has the talent to be 89. I don't know if that's going to last. So they have Tony Pollard and Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is at a great spot, honestly, for me. I think his pass catching ability, his ability to be a home run hitter at running back, I think that leaves Aaron Jones exactly where he should be. So as far as Aaron Jones, I'm cool with that. Tony Pollard, I don't know about him being there high. Once again, it seems like Madden gives these Dallas players higher overalls just because. But Tony Pollard should probably be like an 83, probably like that, just because he hasn't really proven it as much. He hasn't been on the list with all of these other players who have been premier backs for their teams and showed that they can do that. and have had these big rushing seasons and these big receiving seasons. So for him to be up there, I think that's Madden just showing Dallas some love. So I'm necessarily mad at it, but that's how that goes. And the people who got dropped out, my boy Joe Mixon, who I think should probably be somewhere. He should be in the higher 80s. He might be like an 86. Alvin Kamara is probably somewhere around 86. And then Zeke should probably drop down to like 82. We all see that Zeke kind of lost it a little bit. He lost the step. So, that's kind of where the running backs kind of land at. The running back position in Madden is kind of weird because it's almost like you give somebody an 82 is more disrespectful than any other position getting an 82. Like if a wide receiver has an 82, which we'll get the wide receivers later, but if a wide receiver has an 82, it's not that bad necessarily. So we're going to now move on to the edge rushers. So let's see who we got as far as edge rushers. Oh, went down too far. So Nick Bosa and Myles Garrett tied for 98, I think is perfect. I think Nick Bosa deserves it. Nick Bosa had a hell of a season. I think even if Nick Bosa was a 99, I wouldn't be mad, and Myles Garrett was still 98, 97, what he normally is. I think that'll be good. I think Myles Garrett finished second in sacks. He is on. I think one of these seasons, Myles Garrett is going to have a 20 sack season. He has all the tools, all of that. So Madden giving them to both 98, I'm definitely cool with that. I have no gripes with that. Micah Parsons being a 97, I kind of live with it. I think, when you have, I don't really know how good his run defense is going to be on Madden, and I'm pretty sure they got his pass rushing super elite because he wins a lot of his pass rush win rate is through the roof. So him being 97, I would probably say he should be because he was like an 80 something on the last match. I think he should be like 93, 92. But the 97, I understand it for Micah. TJ Watt, I think they took him down a little bit because of his injuries. I still think he should be like a 97. We know if he wasn't hurt, we saw how he affects the game for the Steelers. When he's in the game, he's a natural game changer. So TJ Watt being 94, I understand it because of the injuries. Vaughn being a 94 is kind of I don't know. I think, because the Rams had won that Super Bowl, people gave Vaughn a lot of credit for that. And I don't think Vaughn, is still that level of player. I think Madden used to have Vaughn at around 94 when he was in his prime with the Broncos. So for them to have him that high still now, I think that's Madden again trying to hold on to respect for a player. Max Crosby going up to 94. I'm not mad at it. I would probably put him at a 90, but I see it. Max Crosby he's getting better and better. He's doing his thing. So, I'm not mad at it. I would probably put him around a 90. Joey Bosa, they took Joey Bosa down to 91. I think that has to do with also that has to do with injuries for Joey. He didn't play a full season in the last 2 seasons, I believe. So that's what's going on. But we know Joey, when his skill set itself when he's on the field. So I'm cool with 91. Hassan Reddick is kind of high. He did end up getting 16 sacks last season, which is very impressive. But I think he did that on a very overall impressive defense. So, when your defense play is really good, a lot of the players start to get higher overalls on Madden because the team defense is playing good. So you can't take that away from him. So based on his stats alone, he deserved that 90. DeMarcus Lawrence, I think, is too high. He didn't really have he didn't have a double sack season. So it's kind of crazy how, he can be above people who've had who last year had the biggest sack seasons. Like Matt Judon is 10. I think Matt Judon deserves to be above DeMarcus Lawrence. But they do give DeMarcus Lawrence a lot of credit as a run stopper on Madden. I've seen it. So his run stopping ability is always high, which keeps his overall high. So if that's what they're basing it off of, can't necessarily be mad at that. So, I mean, that kind of is where it is. And so they dropped out Cameron Jordan, which Cameron Jordan hasn't had a lot of drop off in his career. So for them to drop him off, I'm not too sure why. Khalil Mack hasn't been healthy in a while, and he's getting up there in age. Rashawn Gary, I think, is only going to get better this season. I think he's going to have actually a better season this year, so he probably should have been a little higher. But I think Rashawn Gary got to kind of prove it. And then Chandler Jones is clearly not the player he once was. Madden is probably still trying to give him a bit of show him a bit of love by still keeping him. He's probably somewhat relevant. He's probably like an 86, 87. I don't see him being lower than 85. If he is, then that would be something that Madden is doing right there. I would be really surprised about that. So now we're gonna move on to the wide receivers. This is the one we say the best for last because we know people love the wide receivers. So, okay, boom. So now we at the wide receivers. So let's see what's going on with the wide receivers, right? So we got the first player in the 99 club that we seen overall, Justin Jefferson. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. The last 2 seasons that this guy has been amazing. Like some of the catches he's made, just been amazing. He's just an overall amazing receiver. You can't be mad at that. Tyreek Hill, Madden wise, his Madden stats, his stats, but on Madden, yeah, Tyreek being at a 98, that's perfect for him. He got the speed, he got the his yak is going to be out of control. They're going to give him route running stats because even though he isn't the greatest route runner, he can once he get out that cut, he can separate from you with just pure speed. So him being a 98, I got no qualms with that. Devontae Adams, I think as a 97 is fine. I think that was just because of the Raiders season because stats wise, he didn't do any worse than he did on Green Bay when he had a 99. But I think that's, once again, in certain situations, they give certain players other benefits based on how overall great their team did. So I think he lost that a little bit because he still had 1,500 yards. So that's crazy either way. Stephon Diggs at 96. I believe that's where he was at last year. Oh, well, they say he went up by 1. So 96 is kind of where Stephon normally is. That's a good thing for him. Cooper Kupp is actually in a perfect spot as well. I think he's going to come back and have a good season. Without the injuries, I think Cooper Kupp is still a really, really good player. So him and Stephon I have no qualms with. Jamar Chase, I kind of always end up with a qualm with because I think they gave him so much love so early. Like his deep threat, his deep stuff is normally really good on Madden. And that kind of helps his his overall. But he only had a little bit over 1,000 yards this season now. He did miss some time as well. But I think Madden, since they already had jumped the gun with him in his first Madden, they had to keep it up. So they got him at 94. I wouldn't be mad if he was a 90. I think that would just still be a good spot for him. DeAndre Hopkins at 93. That's Madden showing love. You got to give it to him because until we actually see the drop off, he deserves to be at 93 on Madden because he still has, what it takes. And then I know his catching and traffic and his spectacular catches are probably through the roof. Shout out number 8, my boy, Scary Terry, bro. They finally started showing my boy love. He's moved up a couple of spots. 92, I'm not mad at it. I thought they would. I know when Madden kind of first came out, he was like an 88. They finally gave him some. They gave him some respect. They moved him up to 90. Now they got him at 92. I think that's a good spot. I honestly wouldn't put him over 92. I don't think he's better than any of the receivers above him. And that's me being a Washington fan. You know what I'm saying? I think that's an actual good spot for him. AJ Brown, I would actually have put higher. I think AJ Brown should be 94. maybe 95. Just based on the season he had, his route running should be super high, 95 and above at all three levels. He showed catching the ball at all three levels. And so if you're going to have him as a 90 when he was on Tennessee with the Eagles, he definitely had a 94, 95 pass season. I think, like, honestly, over 1,400 yards. I think they kind of did him a little dirty with that. Amari Cooper is at the same spot every year. I mean, I think a good rating for him is like 88, 87. He's just a decent receiver through and through all the time. He's just consistent that. So him being right there, I have no problem with it. But I think it should be more like an 88. Mike Evans and Keenan Allen being out of this is interesting to see what their overalls actually are, because I think they're both going to be like 89, 90. But I think Keenan Allen should still be like a 92. I think his route running is through the roof, and Madden should like give him some love for that, which they don't always do. And then you have Mike Evans, who I think is always consistent. I think at one point in time they had Chris Godwin had a high overall in him on Madden, which I didn't agree with then. I think they normally keep him around a 90, which is the kind of caliber receiver he is. Every once in a while they give him a 92, 93, and I respect it just because he's consistent as catching traffic. You can always depend on him. He always gets 1,000-yard seasons. So I just think his longevity has proven that he should be kind of in there. But yeah, so y'all, I think that's it right there. I think that's it. I just wanted to go through like each player in the Madden top 10 rankings. Y'all let me know if y'all want us to kind of talk about all the rankings. Like, you can kind of click into it and see everybody at a specific position. If y'all want to discuss some just in the weeds, like, why is Mike Evans this? Like, why is he that low down? Top 20, top 30 at each position, we can do that. As the other positions come out, I do plan on tapping on all the other positions as well. Definitely. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully, I have some of the homies with me when I do that one. And then y'all just let me know in the comments like what y'all think about that. I know most of us football lovers play Madden, so y'all whatever y'all say in the comments, believe me, I've heard it before. I've done it all in Madden leagues, franchise, whatever you want to do. I've done it. So y'all just let me know how y'all think Madden is, and then y'all just let me know overall, like, like if y'all gonna be running the beta and all that stuff, like how y'all feel about Madden, like how the gameplay y'all think look from the trailers y'all seen and all that, and like how y'all think the player movement is, and do y'all think this Madden is actually better than the last Madden? That's always a debate every year. So, man, y'all just let me know, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all both for tuning in. This has been Going for the Gusto. It's your boy Boom Bam, man, and I'm out of here. Peace.